Pay close attention to this if you are older than 50. You've probably been eating these items nearly every day for the last 20, 30, or even 40 years. You purchase them from your regular grocery store. Your kids and grandkids eat them. Since everyone eats them, you believe they are safe. You never stop asking questions because they are so prevalent. However, no one informs you that these meals do not instantly cause illness. They take a far riskier and more delicate action. Day after day, year after year, they gradually deteriorate your health. You could start to realize that you get tired faster than you used to. In the morning, joint pain is more severe. Your digestive system is not as cozy as it once was. Controlling blood pressure and blood sugar becomes more difficult. Even increased cravings, mental fog, or unexpected weight gain are possible. Many are informed that this is just a natural aspect of growing older. In actuality, though, age is just one aspect of the situation. You might have the remainder of the explanation in your shopping basket. Today, I want to show you 7 familiar foods. Not to scare you, but to give you back your choice. When you understand what these foods do inside your body, you can decide what belongs on your plate and what does not. If you see yourself in what I just described, stay with me for a few minutes. This can help you understand why your body is changing, and more importantly, what you can still do starting today. 1. Liquid sugar. Not just soda. I am talking about juice too. Many people believe juice is healthy because it comes from fruit, but in reality, both soda and juice often contain similar amounts of sugar. In some cases, juice actually contains more. It is true that some sodas use high fructose corn syrup, and that is slightly worse than the sugar found in fruit. However, the difference is not as large as most people think, especially when the fruit juice has been heavily processed. For example, orange juice is often concentrated, stored for long periods, sometimes up to a year, in large containers before being shipped. Later, manufacturers reconstitute it by adding water and flavor packs, then place it on store shelves. By that point, it is far removed from the original fruit. What you are drinking is essentially liquid candy. It delivers a massive amount of sugar quickly, without the fiber that normally slows absorption in whole fruit. When you drink soda or juice, the sugar rush enters your bloodstream rapidly. Your body must release a large amount of insulin to manage it. Over time, this repeated cycle can strain your metabolism. It can contribute to fatigue, weight gain, insulin resistance, and increased inflammation. You are also not getting the same protective nutrients that whole fruit provides, such as fiber and certain phytonutrients that help regulate blood sugar. Some people consider stevia-sweetened beverages as a better option than water. These are still highly sweet and should only be used seldom, but they may lower sugar intake. Sparkling water with a squeeze of lemon or diluted fresh juice combined with water to lower the sugar content is a more straightforward choice. 2. Pasteurized cheese product. If a product has less than 51% real cheese, manufacturers cannot legally call it cheese. Instead, they must label it as processed cheese food or pasteurized cheese product. That wording alone tells you something important. These products are designed to mimic cheese, but they are heavily modified. When you look at the ingredients, you often see skim milk first, followed by canola oil, milk protein concentrate, modified food starch, whey protein, maltodextrin, preservatives, and a large amount of salt. Modified food starch behaves similarly to sugar in the body. Maltodextrin can raise blood sugar quickly. The oils used are often highly refined. In many cases, there is very little actual cheese in the product. These products are designed to melt easily, last longer, and remain stable without refrigeration for extended periods. That convenience comes from heavy processing. Real cheese, on the other hand, contains natural fats, proteins, and nutrients formed during fermentation. It is more satisfying and usually requires smaller portions. 3. Protein bars. Most protein bars on the market are closer to candy bars than health food. Even those labeled low carb can still contain highly processed ingredients. Many use soy protein isolate, casein, or concentrated milk proteins, which are inexpensive and heavily processed. To isolate soy protein, manufacturers often use chemical solvents. The end result is a refined powder far removed from the original soybean. On top of that, many protein bars contain large amounts of sugar, rice syrup, tapioca syrup, or corn syrup. These ingredients are all concentrated carbohydrates that can spike blood sugar. Additionally, a lot of bars contain synthetic fibers, artificial flavors, and processed vegetable oils. Although these fibers may appear on the label as having a high fiber content, they differ from vegetable fiber. After consuming them, some people get gas, bloating, or digestive distress. Additionally, some people's gut flora may change as a result of sweets like sucralose. If you need protein on the go, simpler options often work better. Boiled eggs, real cheese, nuts, or small portions of cooked meat can provide protein without the long list of additives. These foods are closer to their natural state and tend to be more satisfying. 4. Seed oil mayonnaise. Most mayonnaise sold in stores uses soybean oil as the first ingredient. Soybean oil is heavily processed. It goes through multiple industrial steps, including extraction with solvents, high heat treatment, bleaching, and deodorizing. This processing changes the oil and removes many natural components. These oils are high in omega-6 fatty acids and low in omega-3. While both are needed, modern diets often contain far too much omega-6. This imbalance may promote inflammation in some people. Additionally, many soy crops are genetically engineered and treated with herbicides, which concerns some consumers. Some mayonnaise products labeled olive oil mayonnaise still contain mostly soybean oil, with only a small amount of olive oil. Reading the ingredient list is important. Alternatives made with avocado oil or olive oil may be closer to what people expect, though they are often more expensive. 5. Sweetened and flavored yogurt. Many flavored yogurts contain large amounts of added sugar. In some cases, they may contain more sugar per serving than ice cream. These products often include artificial flavors, colors, and thickening agents like cornstarch. Cornstarch acts like a refined carbohydrate and can raise blood sugar quickly. When yogurt contains a lot of sugar, it may feed less beneficial gut bacteria rather than the helpful ones. That defeats the purpose of eating yogurt for digestive health. Low-fat yogurts often replace fat with added sugar to maintain taste, which further increases the sugar load. A better option is plain whole milk yogurt. You can add fresh berries for natural sweetness and additional fiber. This keeps sugar lower while providing beneficial bacteria. Kefir is another fermented dairy option that contains a wider variety of probiotics and may support digestion. 6. Soy protein. Soy protein isolate appears in many processed foods because it is inexpensive and easy to add. However, it is highly refined and very different from traditional soy foods like tofu or tempeh. Some people find it difficult to digest, and large amounts may irritate sensitive digestive systems. Whole food protein sources such as eggs, fish, meat, poultry, and legumes are generally less processed and provide a broader range of nutrients. These foods also tend to be more filling and easier for the body to recognize and use. 7. Modified starches. Modified starch is commonly used as a filler in processed foods. Starch itself is a chain of glucose molecules. Even though it does not taste sweet, it can raise blood sugar once digested. Modified starches are chemically or physically altered to change their texture and shelf stability. Chips, soups, sauces, processed meats, baked products, and even some supposedly healthful foods include them. Their primary functions are to increase bulk, enhance texture, and lower cost. They can quickly raise blood sugar levels since they digest quickly, especially if they are consumed often. If you want starch, choosing whole food sources is usually better. Foods like potatoes, squash, beets, or plantains contain fiber, vitamins, and minerals along with starch. These nutrients help slow digestion and support overall health. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Do not forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to Senior Meal Coach for more science-backed tips to stay strong and independent after 60. Remember, aging does not have to mean getting weaker. With the right daily habits, you can wake up every morning feeling stronger. The choice is yours. Have a blessed day, and as always, breathe easy, my friend.